ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Scholars Wrestling Show. I'm your man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. To my left this week is Scholar Tarek. What's up, sir?
Money, 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 money.
Money!
Money, 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 money.
Money. Isn't that right, Scholar Brian, to my right?
Yes, money makes all the things in the world better. The flu that's been ravaging my body the last couple weeks is gone.
You say flu, but it's really the aliens.
Alien flu.
Alien flu.
Alien flu. The aliens got me again. They infected me with the flu, but I made it through, and here I am. Right in time for another pay-per-view.
It's time, once again, for everybody to moan about another pay-per-view 2 weeks after Extreme Rules, which was 2 weeks after Backlash. It's happening again! The non-stop pay-per-views, the non-stop prediction shows, the non-stop reviews.
And guess what? It's gonna be another glorified Smackdown. So here we go.
Although, to be fair, Smackdown this past week really made me look forward to this event.
Yes.
Yeah, not for nothing. I think there's quite a bit to look forward to on this show. But before we get to all that, let's kick things off with a little bit of backstage news.
Indeed. Let us go ahead and peek behind that curtain. Look for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Oh, wait a minute. It shouldn't be behind the curtain. It should be hanging on top of the ring. And check in on a little
Backstage Money News.
Money news.
Money news?
Money News.
Money, 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 money.
In the bank.
I actually like that delivery. A little weird, but I like it. All right. Now,
I like this pay-per-view. I'm sorry. I've always liked the Money in the Bank.
I've always been a fan of the actual Money in the Bank match. Not exactly the title reigns that come off of it, but most of the time the Money in the Bank matches themselves deliver. So I am looking forward to at least that bit of this show.
Yeah, ditto. With the way things have been going, it's still an exciting time. But again, before we get to all that, I think we need to look at... I don't know what you're giggling about.
When you said ditto, I was like, ditto.
Oh, God.
I thought I was a Pokemon guy here.
Pokemon!
So, okay. Hey, speaking of which, you know where Pokemon comes from, right? Japan. So we need to jump across the pond. We need to jump across the pond and pay attention, a little bit of attention to New Japan, because apparently a major match just happened.
Yes, it did.
Kenny Omega versus Rainmaker Okada, Part 2. Did you guys get a chance to see this?
I watched the highlights of this match, and it was very good.
I didn't see it, but I've heard a whole bunch of
Dave Meltzer's got a huge hard-on for it.
Well, Dave Meltzer has a hard-on for anything Japan.
Seriously, he's like, this is going above my rating system, and it's going to 6 stars.
Oh, it went to 6.5 stars.
Oh, 6.5, that's right. That is right. I forgot about that half, the crazy bastard.
Well, it was a championship match that went to an hour-long draw with... It was
a very good match, at least from the highlights.
Broadway. It's been a long time since anyone's been able to say that. Went to a Broadway.
Yeah, I mean, people are already clamoring for, okay, because of the way the last 2 matches ended, there's got to be an Omega Okada 3.
The trilogy.
And it's got to be like no time limit.
Wrestle Kingdom?
Well, that brings us to the next thing I want to talk about. Because after I thought about this, I had a horrible thought.
Uh-oh.
They're going to use the G1 Climax to build
I
up
was
the
reminded of what's coming.
He's ignoring me.
In July.
Climax?
And it's
Climax!
And it's coming to the United States. Just say it.
Climax!
Coming indeed.
Yeah.
Climaxing all over the place.
They're spreading their climax to the United States.
Do you really think they'll use? Do you think they'll use the G1 Climax to build up for Omega Okada 3? You think they'll use that as kind of their storyline?
I think it's entirely possible. A lot of people are suggesting that because of Cody Rhodes' involvement with the Bullet Club right now, that he could be the next contender to face Okada.
Ooh.
Plus, Kenny Omega is also in the tournament to crown the first ever IWGP United States champion. So a lot of things are very up in the air right now. But as for me, I personally believe that at the very least the G1 Climax is going to be the thing to set up the way this feud goes from the future.
Remember when he used to look forward to saying the G1 Climax on the podcast?
Yeah,
and then
I do.
We completely ruined it.
Yeah, I remember that.
We didn't ruin anything. We made it more lively for him.
You didn't make anything more lively. You ruined my climax.
Oh!
You're welcome.
No, I am not welcome.
Hey, you're kind of. This is kind of my revenge right now for you with the whole situation with Mojo Rawley, which I'm still trying to continue my so-and-so feud with him. Did you see what I posted on Twitter?
No, I did not.
As soon as I saw that Zack Ryder came back, it's like, we should come back to being the Hype Bros. My response to it is like, yeah, maybe Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder should go back to being the Hype Bros because they're not going to go anywhere in their singles competitor.
Okay, that I did see.
I was like, yeah, because they're not going to make anywhere being alone. Oh, and of course now they don't respond because the truth hurts.
You've been found out.
They haven't blocked you yet?
No.
You haven't gone hard enough. That's it.
You have to go harder.
I'm going easy. As I said last week, I'm coming for you, Mojo. I am coming for you.
Whoa, that's hype.
Climax indeed.
I hate it the second after I said that. I'm like, shit. I know where this is going. No! I brought this upon myself.
But in all seriousness,
join the club.
But in all seriousness, there are a lot of ways that tournament can go. Both of those tournaments can go, and yeah, looking forward to it. It's actually New Japan coming into the United States.
Truth be told, that's still a very exciting prospect. And even though they're going to be all the way on the other end of the country...
I was about to ask, where are they being?
Yeah, they're going to be in California, San Francisco.
Huh.
However...
That's actually interesting. I thought they would go to L.A. or something.
Or I don't know. It could be in L.A. All I know is they're on the complete opposite end of the country from us. That being said, I'm sure that if this event goes well, they are possibly going to consider more events in the future, but again, at this point we're just getting ahead of ourselves.
We're just making speculations.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, as the months progress and the months and weeks progress, I know I'm going to be paying close attention to the G1
Climax.
Okay, moving on back across the pond. I'm not sure if you guys have heard this, but apparently WWE has just recently put out a survey of possible events or possible locations where they can host WrestleMania. And apparently, from what it looks like, WWE is giving some serious consideration to London for a future WrestleMania
it's gotta
location.
Happen, man.
They've been trying to get at least London has been trying to get a WrestleMania on their shores for years now.
And
it's only like Brian said, it's only a matter of time before they actually do it.
The only thing I can see causing a little not wanting the WWE not wanting to do it is all the shit that's been going on in England recently with the terrorism and all that. They've canceled events that were supposed to be held over there later this year. That's the only thing I can see keeping London from having WrestleMania, but give it a few years, let it all die down. You'll see WrestleMania in London. It's gotta happen.
Again, I really don't think this is the way the conversations are going, and given how big of a logistical thing this is, it's not like it's going to happen like even as early as next year. I really don't think it's going to happen like that.
Yeah, give it a few years to let everything die down from what's been going on over there. Start the talks up, and I say
within
5 years.
Let's just keep our eyes on New Orleans.
On New Orleans.
No.
Eyes on the prize.
Indeed. But anyway, speaking of eyes on the prize, I think we've danced around the subject for a little long. Let's just dive right into Money in the Bank 2017. Let's get in there. Alright, first match. I am not... Obviously, we know what the big matches are, so I'm going to save those for last. Let's kick things off with the Usos versus the New Day for the Smackdown tag titles.
This one's rough. And it makes... Either result makes sense. Either one. The New Day coming in, being the New Day.
Doing New Day things.
Doing New Day things. and trying to break the record for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. However much I would hate that, it does make sense for it to happen.
Try and break their own record?
Yeah. But I don't think it's going to happen right away. I think they're going to stretch this out until SummerSlam before New Day takes it. The Usos win via shenanigans.
I'm actually going to second that. Actually, you took the words right out of my mouth. New Day will most likely get the tag titles again. But yeah, I think it would happen more at SummerSlam than Money in the Bank. It's gonna be something big, because at this point the New Day is one of the biggest commodities WWE has right now on either show, or in this case on all the shows, because they have 4 rosters now.
Yeah.
Let that one sink in.
Oh wow.
But all in all, yeah, I think the Usos are going to keep a hold of the blue silver dollars, and nothing else more to say that except ooh, so crazy.
Yeah, I'll third that. This is obviously has the makings of another feud that everything old is new again, even though we've seen the Usos versus the New Day how many times now? I feel like enough time has passed and enough of a gimmick change has occurred that this can be all fresh and new. If they're going to do it that way, they're going to take it all the way, and they're going to extend this feud to, I suppose we could call regular feud length.
Have the Usos do their coked up promos.
I still want the Fashion Police to be tag team champions. Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's not just paranoia.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Their stick figure bit from the Fashion Police, the Fashion Files this week was just hilarious.
And that's another reason why I'm going with the Usos. Because if they extend this feud with the New Day, there's also the option of the New Day not winning it, and then another face team, the Fashion Police, can step up and then finally win.
Here's my problem.
Once they figure out who jumped Tyler Breeze, whoever has that one arm and greased up hair.
Here's my problem with how the WWE sees Breezango, the Fashion Police, if you call them. During their pay-per-view tag team title match, they didn't even lose via finisher. That's why I don't think that Breezango is going to be back in the title picture for a while. It would be one thing if they lost cleanly via finisher. They didn't even get the finisher.
The Fashion Police are way more over than Jinder Mahal was.
Truth.
Well, 3MB never turned face, so we wouldn't actually figured that one out.
No one could have. All I'm saying is stranger things have happened. That's all. Speaking of stranger things, but there's not really too much strange about this next one. Naomi versus Lana for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Guys, who do you got?
Actually, I want to hear you first.
Okay.
Let's alternate each time. Brian started first, now you go.
I'm game for that. Alright. For this one, I am going to go with Naomi. I think it's a little too soon for Lana. However, I think this is going to be... Lana's going to make a pretty solid showing for herself. Naomi's going to come in. She's going to really sort of sleep on Lana, underestimate her.
Sleep on Lana?
You heard me. She's going to underestimate Lana. She'll win, but she'll barely do so. Lana's Lana's going to look strong. She's going to look like she's got Naomi's number. And then maybe Naomi will play the heel. And then eventually, feud. Lana will take it down the road, probably at SummerSlam.
Wait, you said Naomi would play the heel?
It's a possibility.
I don't think she's going to turn heel anytime soon.
Well,
she's like one of the big faces of the SmackDown roster right now. I don't think they're going to be turning...
Well, maybe not in an official capacity, but...
At least they're not turning her heel.
Not like obvious heel, but she'll end up playing the heel in this, assuming Lana still gets cheered.
She's going to get cheered no matter what, because it's Lana and she's beautiful. Well, as long as she doesn't wrestle in that dress.
Here's the deal. I'm going with Naomi too, but pretty much, what is it? Lana's second televised match.
This is her first singles match, first match official.
Yeah, she had that match. She had that.
She was part of that tag
team match a year and a half ago, and
it was at Mania, right?
It was at Mania.
It was at last year's Mania, yeah. And now she's coming in and getting a title shot, and this is my definition: if Lana wins, too soon, way too soon.
Agreed.
I think Naomi takes it. And same thing you said, like underestimated, and Lana gets a lot of offense in. And depending on the placement of the women's Money in the Bank match, who knows? But Naomi walks out of this particular match the champion.
All right, sounds pretty cut and dry to me.
Oh yeah, I picked Naomi too. I actually didn't get. I didn't give my prediction.
Well, you see, it's the way it seemed like you were leading up to that too.
Oh, I'm just officially pointing out that now I'm putting in Naomi as my official pick. It's like, hey, wait a minute. Yeah, I didn't get my pick yet. Yes, it is Naomi.
Oopsie.
It is too early for Lana. This match will definitely like put her actually in a spot where she can actually show she's more than just a pretty face and a manager for the Bulgarian Brute whenever he returns. Like I said, I hope she just doesn't wrestle in that dress.
I highly doubt she will.
Because when she performed her whatever finishing move that was, she was struggling getting up. I'm like, yeah, you're in high heels and a dress, woman. You can't have that shit. That shit will not slide. Ugh. But that dress looks great on her.
Yeah, she does look good.
She is stunning.
Good for Rusev.
good for Rusev indeed.
Anyway, moving on.
I watch their home videos, if you know what I mean.
No comment. Moving on. We have.
That's right. I'm pulling a Enzo and Cass versus Rusev and Jinder moment.
Yes.
Yeah, moving on. Speaking of Jinder, we've got for the WWE Championship the champ versus Randy Orton. Gentlemen, who do you got?
Okay, I'm just gonna say it right now. Well, from the Go Home show this past week, Jinder Mahal put his best promo out there to date.
Yes.
Because it did one thing that I have been begging them not to stop doing. No evil foreigner. He's just the heel. He's not going after the American Randy Orton. He's just going after Randy Orton's legacy with Cowboy Bob Orton, his grandfather. He didn't say anything about being an evil foreigner. Granted, the commentary team did it, which I give them a middle finger for, because stop it. But he still has his Indian character. He spoke in Punjabi, and I'm like, you know what? As long as it's not him doing evil American nonsense. Let the fans be the ones that are ignorant, because they're the ones chanting USA. But it's like, yeah, their opinions don't matter. What matters is what the man is saying. And it was a very good promo, and I think it's kind of obvious who's going to win this match here, because they keep pushing on the hometown hero Randy Orton. I'm going with unhindered Jinder.
Unhindered Jinder.
Unhindered Jinder. I'm going. Yeah, Jinder's gonna keep the belt for a good while. Shenanigans, of course, but yeah, Jinder's keeping the gold.
I'm not quite sure how long Jinder will keep the gold, but he will definitely be keeping the gold on this night. But, as Tarek said, very good promos the last couple weeks. Last week he calmed down on the evil American stuff.
He was just
didn't said a couple things about evil Americans, but it wasn't, his whole promo wasn't based around it. And then last week, 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, he only said it like once.
Yeah,
and that was
he only said it once, and that was it. So it's cool. And then moving on to the last episode, nothing. I'm like, ooh, improvement.
It was
might there be something here that I don't have to shit all over, like I did last month. For obvious reasons, in my eyes, a surprise is a good surprise when it actually makes sense. Now he's showing me something. That's all I asked for. Give me something that makes me believe that what's going on is actually happening, and not just some bullshit. And the last couple of weeks, I've seen a marked improvement. There's going to be shenanigans. Jinder Mahal is going to come out on top. Show me something.
Continue. I'm lost in my thoughts.
Show me something in the match before the what's their name?
The Singh brothers.
Before the Singh brothers come in and ruin it all. Give me 15 minutes of good solid action. Show me that you can do it in the ring. You still haven't done that yet. Show in the WWE ring. I've seen it in NXT, but I want to see it in WWE. Show me that you can put together a good 15-minute one-on-one match. And then let the bullshit commence. Because we know it's coming. Jinder Mahal wins via shenanigans on his way to whatever's going on with John Cena afterwards.
Yeah, all verbal slips of the tongue to be put aside. I'm gonna have to go ahead and not only just third the Jinder Mahal prediction, but I'm just resting in the knowledge that I was pretty much right about what I was thinking about Jinder Mahal. They were going to start off with the xenophobic, stupid Americans thing, but I was fairly confident that they were going to move on to something else, and I, for one, I'm going to join you. I'm really glad I was right about that. Show some more range on Jinder Mahal, and it just makes Jinder Mahal... I get to see more of the Jinder Mahal that apparently the WWE management sees. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The WWE management sees something in Jinder Mahal that nobody else saw. At all. Ever.
Except for the crazy outliers like my crazy predictions.
And... no, but tell me before he was the number one contender, you saw something in Jinder Mahal. You can't do it. And even if you try, you can't do it.
Don't.
Lies.
But you're lying.
I didn't say that.
No.
I said it was well.
Now.
That's not a lie.
Finally, we're seeing a glimpse. A glimpse. A tiny, tiny glimpse.
It just really depends on how he does in this match.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see him go. I give him some rope and let him go. It's even last match wasn't that great because it was all story building up to holy shit, what just happened? Give me something now that he's the champion. Show me that he's got what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Show me that you deserve to be in the spot that you are right now, and we're just given the holy shit moment for holy shit reasons. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think it's, given the way he's been going recently, I've got to believe that that's the route they're going to take. I'm very confident. I'm actually more confident in that now than I have been in the past couple of weeks.
I'm not as confident, but I am approving what I am seeing.
And sometimes that's all you need to go on until the next show. But now, let's start talking about this show's namesake, the Money in the Bank matches. Starting off with the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We've got Becky Lynch versus Charlotte versus Natalya versus Tamina and Carmella. Gentlemen, who do you got?
I'm going to go with what seems to be the obvious pick after everybody moved over to SmackDown, and the only one who was actually in a program with the champion but never actually got a championship match. Carmella wins the women's Money in the Bank, possibly cashes it in immediately.
You think she's cashing in that? You think she's cashing in the same night?
I mean, it's a precedent. Didn't it happen at the last time there were 2 Money in the Bank matches in one show when Kane did it?
Kane did it, and
Ambrose did it,
and Ambrose did it too. Right?
Yeah,
it is possible.
And I feel like they're not gonna do it with the SmackDown. I feel like they're not. There's no point in doing it. What story does that tell? With my winner, at least. So it would make sense for someone the caliber of Carmella to try immediately, get it out of the way.
And then she loses.
But yeah, the only thing that makes sense to me right now, with the way the storylines have been going and all that, Carmella.
All right. I really want to say Carmella because I see that there's lots. Specifically, what I would like to see happen is I want to see Carmella win it. But I don't want to see her cash in right away, not the same night. I want her to hold on to it for a little while, wait for the most opportune time, like say during the Naomi Lana rematch. Lana wins. She has a brief little title reign, and then Carmella's music hits, immediately cashes in on Lana, takes it away right away, thus setting up for the Lana-Carmella feud. The ultimate capstone of which, Carmella constantly gets one-ups on Lana during the entire feud, due to the interference from James Ellsworth. Lana seduces James Ellsworth away from Carmella, instead of dressing like trash,
and Rusev eats him.
he ends up dressing much nicer. Ends up wearing like a really nice 3-piece suit. Ends up turning on Carmella. Lana gets the title back, and then Rusev eats him.
Okay. Seriously though, what are you? Seriously
though, I want to see that happen, but because I think it's too awesome for this planet, I'm gonna go with my runner-up. The more realistic option in my eyes, I'm going to go with Becky Lynch.
Why?
Because I can see her, even after she won the title. Well, first of all, Natalya's, I'm sorry to say, virtually irrelevant in the title picture as far as that's concerned. Charlotte, and I've seen this idea before, Charlotte has been booked way too strong. She doesn't need it as much as the other ladies do. Tamina has an outside chance. She would be my dark horse pick for this, if there was one. But, again, I feel like I don't have the same level of confidence in her as I do in some of the other picks. So, I think Tamina has a chance, but it's a much longer shot than the others. Carmella is a all kidding aside, even though I would really love to see that happen, I just think it would be fun to watch. I do still think Carmella has a good, solid shot, but I feel like the most predictable one and the one you can do the most with, especially if you do what culture is thinking, where Becky Lynch could possibly turn heel during the whole cash-in process, whenever that will be. As much as I would love to see that Carmella-Lana feud in the way I described it, I think a far more realistic as far as the WWE's perspective, I think it's going to be Becky Lynch. And that's my pick. Fool, the floor is yours.
This one's actually a tough one for me because you guys picked my top 2 contenders.
Break the tie, baby. What's it going to be?
The thing is, I've said it so many times throughout the... Actually, you know what? Before I go into that, I'm going to just look at pretty much what Jeff did, and just look at all the people who I don't think have a shot. Not that they don't have a shot, but they just don't... I just don't think they're going to win. I think Natalya and Charlotte are not going to win. One, it's Charlotte, and two, I won't fully go to the irrelevance thing with Natalya because technically she's the leader of the whole bullshit welcoming committee, because she's the established veteran. But yeah, to be Natalya and Charlotte, they don't need this. Charlotte's pretty much the unstopped, like, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe her. She's the star of the division. It's like you said, she doesn't need the briefcase to win the title. And if anything, I can actually see her being the one cashed in on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say she's the one who gets a big win, and then, but like they finally go back to the Charlotte-Naomi feud. They go into a long battle, like maybe at SummerSlam or something, and they have this really long, big battle that wears both of them out, and one of them gets cashed in there. I actually agree with you, Fool. Tamina is my dark horse, just because I feel like, yeah, she's the beast. She's of the SmackDown Women's Division, and I think she would winning the briefcase could actually help her build status, like. But I just don't see them giving it to her, especially after she put a pretty decent match with Naomi. I feel like she'll just be another one in that category, someone who doesn't need it because she showed her own against Naomi, and most people actually crapped on it, but I thought it was a pretty good match. Now, when it comes to Becky Lynch and Carmella, I'm gonna go with Becky Lynch. Just, I guess, mainly because every time I see Carmella do her entrance, she gets little to no reaction from the crowd. Something I've been saying on this show for weeks. She's not connecting heel or face wise to this crowd, and not even the heel reaction from James Ellsworth is saving her on this. I feel like if you want the first ever female Money in the Bank, it should be someone who actually is a name. And I feel, and as I guess I have the same frame of mind with woke culture on this, that I could see Becky Lynch being the one turning heel when she cashes in. I could even see her cashing in on Charlotte, starting a Becky Lynch-Charlotte feud. As I would actually love to see that, actually. I feel it could be used to establish her as a heel character, something that, in my opinion, she desperately needs, because her face character has gone to the point of it's stale, and I want to see something new. And yeah, Brian even says she wants to see something new. She wants to turn heel and do something new with her character, and I actually think that with her look, maybe change her theme music to be more heelish. She can actually do it.
Yeah, actually, when she first got that theme music, she originally got when she first turned heel in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
So it really works both ways.
But I could see her changing it to be more heel. I could see her, I guess, something similar to how Sheamus changed his theme song when he turned heel. Like, because it's been Lobster Head for so long, even when he first came in as a heel, it was Lobster Head.
I still miss Lobster Head.
I miss Lobster Head.
I don't know. I miss Lobster Head, but I love this new entrance.
Oh, I love his new entrance too. Don't get me wrong. I feel like they could do something similar with Becky Lynch, just changing her to be having a more serious theme song, but keeping her look, because her steampunk-esque kind of look could actually work well, heel or face. But yeah, I just don't think they can give it to someone who gets little to no response. I don't even I think the Money in the Bank contract won't do anything for Carmella. Even when she wins, they just be like, it may get a heel response as what they want, but it's more, instead of just going boo, boo, we don't want this. It's just, you're just gonna hear, boo, 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 yeah. Yeah, this is happening. All right, whatever.
Well, we'll see when I move one step closer to reclaiming my spot as top scholar.
You can try.
You can try, indeed.
You can try. But until that day happens, we have one more match and one more Money in the Bank match to get to. We've got
the big Money in the Bank with the main stars.
Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn versus Dolph Ziggler versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Fool,
boys,
you first.
Well,
this is gonna be good.
You know what? I'm really thinking Dolph Ziggler might take this. Now, who am I kidding? I gotta go with my heart. Shinsuke, my boy. I'm gonna go for it.
You're going with Shinsuke?
I'm going for Shinsuke. I have to follow my heart.
I'm sorry, fool. Your heart is in the wrong place on this one.
Really?
Shinsuke completely lost it the second he grabbed the briefcase on SmackDown. Once he grabbed it, it's just, you know how the WWE booking goes.
Nobody has ever grabbed the briefcase the show before and won it at the show.
It's not always about grabbing the briefcase. It's also about just looking strong beforehand.
And also, it is well established they're putting the storyline with Shinsuke Nakamura and Kevin Owens for the U.S. title. I don't see them giving him. I could see them using the Money in the Bank briefcase to help rise someone to the point where they want him to go. And I'm going to go with Baron Corbin. Just they love giving heels the Money in the Bank contract, and I feel like they want to push him to that point where he's the top heel, one of the top heels on SmackDown, like to the point where he is the top heel. And especially since he had Shinsuke take that opportunity away from him on SmackDown, I was like, yeah, I think he's going to go for it. I think he's going to grab that briefcase and he's going to celebrate with it and just be like, I won the title, yes! And now I don't care.
What's a new Japan?
What's a New Japan?
And honestly, if everything was happening right after one after another, I would say you've got a point. But part of the beauty for me with the Money in the Bank briefcase is not only can it be lost, not only can you not cash in and not succeed, but it also, again, can be cashed in at any time. So in my eyes, that even though they might be setting up another feud in the immediate aftermath, you can always just have the Money in the Bank briefcase as sort of like a plot thread. So that doesn't. I see where it's going. I see what you mean. But just because something is possible does not necessarily mean it will absolutely happen. Plus, and this is just to further reinforce my possibility for my pick, there have been a bit of a precedence here where someone going into a ladder match looking strong actually goes on to win it at the big show.
You're just saying that because he's the master of strong style.
No, I'm talking about we're living not only in a Jinder Mahal world, but we're also living in a certain other world where certain other former low-ranking talent went on to win major ladder matches. And I think you know what I mean.
I just really...
Don't you dare bring it up.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying there's a precedent for crazier booking than this.
Here's the thing, though. I guess this is going to be a Scholar's Quick Talk specifically to you.
Okay.
Would you rather see Shinsuke win the title on his own merit, or do you see him using the Money in the Bank briefcase?
I'm going to say yes to both.
You can't. There's no yes to both. You have to choose one.
Yes, there is.
No,
yes.
I'm not giving you that option.
No, that is a valid option, and I'll explain why.
I'm sorry.
Because let me explain. Hear me out. This is one of the. Unless I misunderstood what you're asking me, there is a precedence for that before, including the very first Money in the Bank holder. Rob Van Dam declared it before. In a match, it wasn't a surprise.
Edge is the first Money in the Bank holder.
Okay, I take that back.
But you can't. I do know what you mean with RVD. Yes,
RVD did it. Daniel Bryan originally did it, or at least he proposed the idea
before he turned heel.
But when he was a face, he declared it first before he made it. So that does. Again, they may have their precedent of wanting a heel to take it, but at the same token, it's also not unheard of for a face to grab it, declare it in an actual match, and if they want to really push Shinsuke, that's a perfectly valid way to do it, and establish him as a main eventer. Just have him hold on to the briefcase, do whatever feuds he wants to, and then when the time is right, when a big show's coming up, that's when you declare it. I'm not saying it's the only possibility, but it is still a possibility in my mind.
Here's how I base my thoughts on any Money in the Bank ladder match. I don't like established talent winning Money in the Bank. That's why I went for Carmella instead of Becky Lynch. Because Carmella not established. Becky Lynch established. And that's why I'm not going with Shinsuke Nakamura, because even though he's only had 3-4 televised matches, okay,
he's still new to the general audience. He's still established. Okay, that's why I'm not going AJ Styles. That's why I'm not going Kevin Owens. My options. I definitely wasn't going Dolph Ziggler. No.
God, both of you. You and the hating on Ziggler.
I did that as a troll because I thought you guys knew I was going to go for Shinsuke.
I don't hate Ziggler. It's just been there, done that. I didn't like when CM Punk won it twice. I don't like when anybody wins something more than once. Hell, I didn't like Stone Cold winning the Rumble 3 times.
I will give you that because I hated the fact that he beat Kane that 1 year.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, when Kane got the 11 eliminations.
I didn't.
I
didn't like Stone Cold winning the Rumble 3 times. I didn't like Cena winning the Rumble twice. I didn't like CM Punk winning the Money in the Bank twice, and I'm gonna hate it if Ziggler wins it twice. So it came down to between Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin, and what pushed it over to the side of Corbin for me was the win that Sami Zayn got at the pay-per-view, at the last pay-per-view. Sami Zayn got one over on Baron Corbin. That just... I've known from last month that my pick for this match was going to be Baron Corbin. Okay, because I see bigger things down the pipeline for at least for Nakamura, Styles, and Owens. Okay, I see Nakamura not using the option of the Money in the Bank briefcase, either declaring it in a match or whatever. I think he's gonna win. I'd rather see him win like a number 1 contenders match, get a 1-on-1 match, and win it that way. And
imagine Baron Corbin cashes in on Nakamura when he wins the title.
No,
don't pull a Daniel Bryan on me now.
But
or in this case, a Mojo Rawley.
Talking about establishing...
When did Mojo Rawley ever...
No. Don't pull a Mojo Rawley winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal joke prediction that actually ended up being true.
Oh, okay, I see.
If you're going by establishing new superstars, which is something that WWE desperately needs to do, okay, here's your opportunity right here. Anything less than a Baron Corbin win, for me, would be extremely disappointing. Would I stand up and cheer if Nakamura won? Sure, because I love Nakamura. But smart business says you need to establish new superstars, and the only one in this match that really needs establishing, Baron Corbin.
Is that lone wolf.
So, pop, Baron Corbin.
Okay.
Good luck, Jeff.
Yes, good luck to me. But just for fun, since we're talking so much about dark horses, who would be your dark horse pick? Who would be your second pick if you had to pick, like, a second place? In the event that there's a tie on this night, who would you pick? Sami? Honestly, I would have to pick Sami also. I can see them just sort of going the classic route again. Playing the underdog, maybe he would do a similar thing, but yeah, I would have to go Sami as my dark horse pick.
Yeah.
That
frame of mind totally blew up in your face.
I was expecting more of a diverse pick, but hey.
For me, it was actually a
everyone
choice
likes
between,
Sami Zayn.
It was a choice between Sami and Ziggler. There was no shot in my mind that I thought Owens, Styles, and Nakamura were going to get it. I honestly thought
those guys are going to be embroiled with each other for the months to come. Okay, for me, there's no need to put a briefcase in there, and that it just makes sense for the feud was between Baron Corbin and Sami Zayn. If Baron Corbin's not gonna win, it only makes sense for Sami Zayn to take it.
Plus, with Shinsuke Nakamura, I guess accidentally hinting that Dolph may actually go to Japan once his contract's up. So, yeah. That definitely takes his name off the table. Although I would love to actually see Dolph Ziggler in New Japan.
No. But here's a Scholar's quick talk for you guys before we close out. What would they name him in New Japan, assuming he gets signed?
Oh, God.
Nikki.
No, he'd probably use his regular name.
Yeah, he'd probably
use Nick Nemeth.
I think so too.
Not even Nikki Nemeth?
No.
Spirit Squad.
Oh man.
But yeah, for me at least, when it comes to Dolph right now, he's doing well. Now he's actually being put in high-profile matches, showing that his heel turn was not a complete waste of time. Forget Apollo Crews. Forget Kalisto. Give him AJ Styles. Give him Nakamura. Those two matches were fun.
Yes, they were. Nothing else.
Especially him and Styles. Both his matches were great.
Mm-hmm. Now again, before we close out, Fool, do you have any more Scholars Quick Talk questions for us?
No, I have nothing. I have no Scholars Quick Talk, but I just have really the only thing to talk about from Monday Night Raw, the confrontation between Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar.
That was a work of art.
Yes, it was.
Talk about a climax. That's it.
It got me hyped to see the match. Yes. It did its job.
It did its job beautifully.
I've been hyped since the moment Samoa Joe won. The one thing I've been waiting for since Samoa Joe got up to the main roster was his first confrontations with Brock Lesnar, because you knew it was going to happen at some point, and we're getting it, and it's everything I ever wanted and more. And the only thing that's missing is, remember TNA, Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle? with the headbutt and Samoa Joe busted open, breathing heavy with the angry look on his face. That image was the only thing missing.
Oh yeah,
from the brawl.
I think we talked about that last week. That they should headbutt each other, and one of them had to start bleeding.
We did mention that, yeah.
I think the one big highlight of the brawl was the fact that Brock was slowly trying to break through the wall of the wrestlers holding him back, and then all of a sudden, boom! Samoa Joe just kicks him in the face, knocking his big ass down. And I'm just like, yes! That is what I want to see! Oh, I'm loving this. Oh. And then the rest of Raw sucked.
Yeah, I also
It was bad.
Like it hasn't been that bad in a while, man.
It was. We were praising it last week, and then all of a sudden, zoop! I don't even care what was aired at the same time. The NBA Finals, E3, everything else that was on TV at the same time. People were saying, like, oh yeah, they weren't even trying now because that's all they just wanted the Brock Lesnar Samoa Joe thing, and they didn't care what happened on the rest of their show. Bullshit. You shouldn't be thinking like that. You should no matter what's on, you should try and put as best as you can grade A television each week, and that wasn't the case here.
Well, you can't win them all, but at least we've got a good high-profile feud with Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar. It's a literal dream match, one of the feuds that still remain.
And now next week it'll just be nothing more than a video package. Samoa Joe won't even be on the show. Brock won't be on the show.
But you know what? Until then, we still have the makings of what could be an excellent pay-per-view and Money in the Bank.
Good gracious, great balls of fire.
And great balls of fire. But before we get there, we want to know what you think. So, of course, drop us a line on any of the usual channels. You can start with this channel, leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up if you like what you hear, or you can also subscribe if you want to get all the latest updates and all the episode uploads every single week. You can also check us out on our Facebook page. Just run a little search for the Scholars of Wrestling Show. Look for our delightful faces. And of course, for extra fun, you can also check us out on any of our Twitter handles. Our main Twitter account is at ScholarsOW. Check there for all the latest episode uploads as they happen. And of course, if you're in the mood for a little Scholars discussion of the world of wrestling, follow our personal Twitter accounts for all the latest as they happen commentaries. Where can they reach you?
You can reach me at the Avatar. At this case, by now, specifically Tuesdays, because I just post all over SmackDown.
Okay, SmackDown commentary.
Yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts. And Brian? Once again, I'm still coming for you, Mojo. I'm gonna get you.
Brian, where can I reach you?
Mostly complete radio silence at Atomic Beanpole.
I'm gonna make you hate me. I'm gonna make you block me. That's my goal right now.
Get blocked by Mojo Rawley?
Yes, that is my goal.
Okay, well,
actually, you know what? My goal, now that they're back together, it's to get blocked by both the Hype Bros, Zack Ryder and Mojo.
Okay, well, as you go there, everyone listening to this can also follow me at I'm Robbie Rage, usually for pay-per-view commentaries and responses as they happen. It's always a good time. So whether or not who wins and who loses at Money in the Bank, we can wish Scholar Tarek Godspeed as he looks to get blocked by Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder.
We will have updates for you every week on this journey.
Oh man! Just imagine. Now I just don't want them to show up on the next episode of SmackDown and say, "Gee, I wonder where Mojo and Zack Ryder are on, or why they're not on SmackDown. I thought now that they're back together, this could actually mean something for them." Nope. Seriously, I am just going to destroy you. I'm going to destroy you both.
I'll tell you what. The Hype Bros, they will know who you are. Everyone in the world will know who we are. We are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled. You're welcome. See you all at Money in the Bank.
Now I'm going to go cash in my Money in the Bank contract on my wife.
Hey!
Someone get that.